Here, sire, of those I spoke of. Allow me to present a kinsman, Farron of Erebor, and also Andriel and Eridan, his companions. We succeeded in our task, and I live to tell of it, thanks only to their aid.
You are most welcome here, kinsman. And no less so your companions, be they man, elf, or eagle. Welcome all to Nordenbad, last hall of the Longbeards in the Grey Mountains. You have returned to me, my son and my oldest friend, whom already I mourned as lost. For this, you will forever have my gratitude. I will gladly lay aside our ancient oath of secrecy.
You are fellow Longbeards. Then we truly are kin. I didn't know any of our folks still dwelt in the Grey Mountains.
Aye. In centuries past, most of our kin called these mountains home. But then the dragons came from the far north. One by one, our halls were lost or abandoned. All but Nordenbad. We alone endured those dark times. And thanks to you, we may hope to endure our current troubles as well.
Tell me about this Nordenbad of yours.
My great-great-grandsire was the first to enter the caves of this mountain, where he discovered the hidden lake we call Azanzaram. He was awed by its beauty, and led some of his kin here. Slowly, over many long years, with loving hands and careful chisels, we created the halls you see before you. Nordenbad was never rich in gold or jewels, but its beauty would move even the most cold-hearted dwarf. That is why we have remained here for so long. There is not a dwarf among us who would not choose death over exile from our...
I have beheld many an underground lake, but never one as large and beautiful as this. Is this the work of your kin?
Nay, my ancestors discovered Azanzaram even as you see it. We have worked with care to enhance what we found. A chip here, a tap there, fashioning bridges, halls, and tunnels. But always, we have taken care to preserve the great gift we were given.
We are honored, Lord, but we seek a servant of the enemy. He goes by the name of Agendour.
Agendour. We are familiar with that one. Curse his Blackheart.
He appeared before our gates some weeks past, and called us to parley, in the name of Sauron the Great, so he said.
He'll get no parley from us, I promise you. Where can we find him?
We cannot say. Yet I'm certain he wasn't at Mount...
The mercy of Sauron, as if there was any mercy in the Dark Lord.
He lays claim to Nordenbad, telling us if we turn over our halls and riches without a fight, our lives will be spared, and we will be free to seek a new home elsewhere.
Of course, we would have nothing of that. When we defied him, he grew wrathful, threatening us with the fiery doom that overtook our ancestors.
Fiery doom? You don't think...
I fear he may have allied himself with the dragon Orgast who dwells in these parts. With such a beast at his command, we would have little hope of resisting him.
A dragon? So Smaug was not the last of that evil breed.
Alas, no. There are dragons still to be found in these mountains, and yet more dwell in the wastes beyond. They may not be as great or wicked as was Smaug, but they are large and evil enough. Make no mistake about that.
Maybe we should go after this dragon before he comes after us.
Well, destroy Orgast? If only it were that simple. The attack on Gundabad would be a peaceful stroll around the lake in comparison. Nay, if it were so easy to slay dragons, there would be many more dwarves still dwelling in these mountains.
Orgast has never taken notice of us before. We rather hoped it would stay that way.
I have heard it said it does not pay to leave a live dragon out of your calculations if you live near one.
And we cannot allow Agendaur to gain such a powerful ally.
Aye, better go after it before it comes after us. Where can we find Urgost?
You do not lack for courage, I will grant you. Yet we know not where the dragon dwells. No dwarf has discovered his lair and lived to tell of it.
Perhaps Radagast knows this secret, or can discover it. Seems there is little that happens in Wilderland that escapes his notice. To the wild creatures he befriends.
He dwells within the forest of Mirkwood, away to the south. Perhaps your companion Belaram would know where to find him, for it is said that Radagast is a friend to the Lord of Eagles himself.
Then we should travel to Mirkwood. I am certain we will learn something of value speaking with Radagast.
Indeed. But before you set out, please accept a token of our gratitude. Seek out my steward Galar. I have instructed him to open our vaults to you. I believe you may find something within that will be of service in the days ahead.
There's a view that would move the heart of any dwarf. It's marvelous. There is some fine stonework here. Very fine indeed. There are skilled artisans here, to be sure.
See how the stranger from Erebor? You look like a proper dwarven spider, I guess. Now that you know we're here, I suppose we'll be overrun with distant ken coming to gawk at our lake. Are you here to buy something? I've an excellent stock of the best Nordenbad craftwork, so speak up. Time's a wasting.
See here, Goran himself sent me. He said to talk to his steward and choose something as a token of his gratitude.
Yes, yes. He may have mentioned it to me. It was rather too generous of him. Not that I don't appreciate what you did, but how does he expect me to increase our wealth by giving our best work away? Well, here you go. Take your pick. Are you here to buy something?
Your welcome leaves something to be desired, kinsman. Why the soured mood?
Well, let's see. We've got an orc army growing, a dragon hungry for dwarf snacks, and one of Sauron's lieutenants making threats. Pardon me while I break out in a song and dance. Now see here, I need to do some business, so how's about you buy something before I get downright grumpy?
It must be hard to find trade goods when you're hidden away in this place.
We've had a rough time of it here, I won't deny it. Mostly we managed some trade with the Bjornings, the men who live down south of us in the vales of the Anduin. They've good use for our metalwork, and they bring us foodstuffs in return. Otherwise, there'd be mushrooms for breakfast, mushrooms for lunch, and mushrooms for dinner. You wouldn't believe how many ways we've learned to cook mushrooms.
That's enough jabbering. If you're not going to buy something, let me get back to my work.
must be foreign. Our distant kin from the Lonely Mountain. Word of you has spread like a beard on fire. Well, this is a rare treat. I hope all your folk are such fierce warriors. The enemy will feel your blows for a long time to come. So, how can I help you today?
Here, Bird. You might find these old relics interesting. What do you make of them?
Well now, I'm no lore master, but these look to be the work of men. Ancient, beyond a doubt. Superb work. Some of the finest I've seen. Perhaps even the work of Westerness from Numenor, that now lies beneath the sea. I could put these together into a single weapon for you. And a superior weapon it would be. Mind you, I'd be applying my own craft to it, so it'll also have the qualities of a dwarf weapon.
And that would differ from an elven smith?
That's the way of it. An elven smith would bring certain qualities to the work if he were to put this together. But I think you'll be satisfied with what I can add as well.
I could ask for no more than the craftsmanship of a newfound kinsman. Go ahead, if you please.
It'll be a pleasure to work on something new. Or ancient, in this case. Rest your heels while I get to work on this. There you go. That's a weapon that begs for an enemy to feel its wrath. May it serve you well against that foul, oak-loving Agendour.
Magnificent work, Bury. Not even the mastersmiths of Erebor could have done better. You have my thanks.
About your plan to deal with Orgast. But if you are set on this course, then Radagast may help you find the dragon's lair.
How well do you know this fellow, Radagast?
Not well, but we've had some dealings with him in the past. He seems an honest enough wizard, though you would be wise not to harm any birds or beasts while anywhere near his home. He calls all wild creatures friends, save for those who serve the Dark Lord.
Is there anything else you might tell me about dragons?
Vile creatures, as wicked as they are terrible. They drove most of my people from these mountains with their deprivations. Curse them all. I'd best keep your wits about you if you intend to face Urgas.
I can't believe I'm alive. I thought I would draw my last breath in the fetid air of Mount Gundabad. Mind you, I'm...
Your kin do now, Audrey.
I'm afraid we're all out of tricks to play. All we can do is prepare our defenses, hunker down and wait for whatever the winds...
Hello again. What can I help you with?
I should be going.
Seeking the wizard. No one can help him now. And no one can help you.
Well done, my friends. That one will spread his veil of lies no more. Yet I fear this was no chance meeting.
What is that foul creature? It stinks.
Who can say? Some beast from an older world, maybe. Bred and twisted by the Dark Lord to serve his most trusted servants.
We'll find him, but what about you? Are you hurt?
The beast did its damage, but not enough to keep me from the air. I will be fully recovered soon enough.
We'll continue the search on foot. Should we look for you here once we've found him?
No, I must find my companions. They are probably worried about me. Together, we will keep watch from above. Radagast has many friends among the birds of Mirkwood. If you find him, he can send a message to us easily enough.
All right, but be careful. There may be more of these fell beasts around. I don't like the look of this Mirkwood. I wish our path would have led us elsewhere.
Why would Radagast choose to make his home in such a place?
They say that Mirkwood was not always like this. It was fair enough before the shadow of the Dark Lord fell over it.
That shadow lies here still. There are evil creatures in this wood. Be on your guard.
Look, there!
Warg!
That's done it. Now the whole forest knows we're here.
Let's go. The warg that one hears is worse than the orc that one fears.
True, but where the warg howls, there also the orc prowls. An encampment of orcs.
Be watchful. The wargs have given away our presence.
I don't like this. Keep your eyes open.
Right there, an archer.
It's an ambush.
They seek cover in the undergrowth.
We need cover from their arrows!
Charging!
Do you fear to face the wall?
The very thing I need. Let me gather this. Just what I needed. This bloom is beautiful. And useful as well. What are these things?
They look like eggs. Insect eggs, maybe.
But so many. And so large.
They've tried to hide it. Stand back! I'm bringing this wall down.